Welcome to the daily Jerry Anderson podcast, where Mr. Coyle remembers his own short-lived career on Radio 4, even more short-lived than the presenter's own adventures in London. Isn't it funny how the two of them were rejected?
Can I tell people that I was in a Mary Jones play?
Go on.
No, but I was. You know about that. Is it right that I should say that? I mean,
Well,
I want to say it. It's not. I want to tell people.
Well, let's put it this way: if you don't blow your own trumpet, who else is going to do it?
Yeah.
Go and tell them about your appearance in Mary Jones' play.
It was on Radio 4.
I know.
You know that, don't you?
I know, but tell the people. I just know that. I'm just saying you're not a liar.
Should I tell the people?
Tell them.
That's all right then.
They need to know.
No, but I will.
She had a play on Radio 4.
Yeah.
Mary Jones had.
Yeah.
And an important part was played by no less a person, actor, thespian, and indeed all-round good guy, Mr. Coyle. Tell them the story.
Oh, no.
Go on.
Oh.
What part did you play?
I played Daniel O'Donnell.
I know.
I know.
But you see, how did you feel about that? What is that? What is going on
You're
here?
making noises. Where's Ken?
Me. I don't know what Ken's having his breakfast, for God's sake.
No, Ken's back.
Is
As
he?
far as I know, yeah.
Anyway, so tell the people about your play on Radio 4. How was it received by the critics? They don't like us, you know.
Who?
The critics.
I thought you meant Radio.
You're on Radio 4 and they don't like us either, no. Now, some of them, a lot of them don't. But some of them do. Anyway, did they like you?
Well, I don't know.
What would you remember any of your lines? What was the play called? Look at the many questions I'm asking you. And
I know.
you're answering anything.
It was. I don't like to talk about it.
Women on the verge of HRT.
Women on the verge of.
Women on the verge of HRT.
Yes.
Why can you not say that? It's hormone replacement therapy.
I know.
Women on the verge of hormone replacement therapy. That's like semen. You can't talk about that either. Go on, say that.
No.
For me. Say semen. Go on.
It's about girls.
Go on, say Siemens mission. Siemens mission.
And it's 20 minutes to 11.
Mr. Coyle's theatrical career may have been stunted by his reluctance to speak of bodily fluids, but it hasn't stopped him reviewing the current state of music broadcasters in his chosen industry. It's fair to say that he's not all that impressed.
I was listening to a man last night on the radio. I want to talk to you about this, Mr. Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
There's a man on a certain radio station last night.
Yes.
And he was playing some great songs. But you see, halfway through, say, the last verse,
Yes.
he faded and talked over the whole. He did that for every song.
Did he?
Why do they do that?
That's a question
Do they think
of...
it's cool? Do they think it's right? You know,
It's a question of ego, I think, but you need to name this man.
No, I can't. No, it's
Go
not
on.
fair.
Go
No,
on.
I was sitting last night, late on, well, say around 12:45 or so, and then, lo and behold, on comes the Sloop John B. And I said, there's the Sloop John B.
I like the end of that you said.
And the same here. And I'm sitting going, the Sloop John B to myself, singing along with it. And he starts to talk over it, and you can hear the Sloop John B ending. And I said, why didn't he just shut up?
Well, some misguided
Every
people,
song.
some misguided people who are on the radio broadcasters, some misguided people think that people want to hear them rather than the music. I don't know why anybody would get that kind of an idea. The presenter's anthropological knowledge is carried lightly, but from time to time he feels obliged to say what he says. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. People going into shops not properly dressed. Do you know the way people are concerned now about a lot of women are going out and leaving their children to school whilst they're wearing their pyjamas? Not the children wearing their pyjamas, the mothers.
Yes.
And this has come about by the fact that I think it may have been nurtured by the Troubles, or maybe it's because the soft way that we live. People now live in the house practically all the time. Now, I know people who haven't been out for weeks. Do you know people like that? I mean, really haven't been out for weeks. There was a time when you
couldn't stay in the house.
I know, but there's people who do that. There's people who go. You go in your home at maybe after you do your wee show. I know you're exhausted after it.
Yeah.
When you're finished at 5 o'clock, you go home and you maybe sit down, have a bite to eat, then you go out again. Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe. But see, a lot of people don't go out at all. Especially people who aren't working and people who are, housewives, that kind of thing. They just don't go out. Now, I talked to a woman the other day, and I'm serious about this. And she said, I got out for a bite to eat tonight. I said, where are you going? She named a restaurant. She says, do you know what's great? I haven't been out for 2 years. I said, you haven't been out for 2 years? No, I've been out for 2 years. I said, what do you mean? Nobody here. What do you mean out? So I haven't been out at night for 2 years.
Oh,
I said, well, where have you been every night? I've been in the house every night. I said, I mean, you have stayed in the house every night for 2 years. She said, yes. I said, not even go out? No, just don't go nowhere. And a lot of people are like that. Some people get up in the morning, and that's why they leave their kids to school in their pyjamas, because why get dressed up? Because they're not going to go out again. What's the point of getting dressed up just to go out? But I saw a thing the other day.
I don't like that, you know.
I don't like it either, but I don't care, you know. I don't care. I mean, I don't want to lash them with a rope or anything, the way you do. You want to round them up and shoot them.
To me, I said, I don't like it. I said to myself, they're just lazy.
I know, but I don't mind that. You see, it just doesn't matter to me. I just regard it as I look at it with an anthropologist, a person's eye. Yeah. An anthropologist, I look at that and I say, no, that's a very interesting thing. Now, I saw a thing the other day which is a step further from that, right? You ready for this? Night. Picture the scene. 8 o'clock at night.
Right. Okay,
it is sub-zero. It is raining. You're just waiting for it to freeze. It is really, really cold. The wind is going, right? You're sitting in your car like that. The wind is lashing your windscreen. And you have to go out into the shop to get a pint of milk. You say, Jesus, so cold. And and you run into the shop and you run out again, right? This is a place where you can park outside a shop. A car pulls up beside me, right?
Yes.
Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, I don't believe that.
Well, I want to hear it first.
No, but you don't have to hear it. I know you're going to say, I don't believe that.
I'm beginning to doubt it already.
I know. I can see it in your face.
Yeah.
You're rubbing your hands, you're going like that.
Yes.
You're going to tell a lie now.
Yes, yes.
I get a chance to call him a liar again. A woman got out in her bare feet and walked into the shop. She's wearing a pair of what you would call slacks and a jumper. A loose jumper just thrown on in her bare feet and walked through.
You can't drive a car with your bare feet.
I'm telling you. And I know.
Was she a passenger in the car? Was she driving?
She was driving. And I'm going to tell you something and I realised that was a progression from the pyjamas. Because when you're in the house, sometimes, you know the people, sometimes you go in the house and they ask you to take your shoes off. Have you got a house like that? Come on.
What?
Have you? Does your wife ask people to take their shoes off?
Are you off your head?
No, I'm glad.
There's no house like that.
There are houses.
No,
like
there's
that.
not.
Are
you telling me, you know, when people come in, they visit someone?
Yeah.
The people, the people say, take your shoes off, visitor.
Yes, if you don't mind.
I'm
going to tell. Okay, you don't believe that because you don't go anywhere and you don't meet anybody, right?
Take your shoes off.
Yes, I want people to ring up and say that this is not an unusual thing. You go in the house, and are you wouldn't mind taking your shoes off, will you?
No.
Lovely big white carpet.
That may have been the time when people had a white carpet, but that was...
People still have white carpets?
They do not. That was the 60s. Do you remember the big white sheepskin rug used to sit in front of a fire? That was the 70s.
I still have that, but the sheep is still in it. A look at the BBC Diary for February 9th shows that today is a very special day, a sign that spring is on the way. Geordie Tuft is about to take a very big step indeed, not to be taken lightly.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Geordie, people were asking about you. Hadn't been speaking to you for a long time.
No, well, sure, the mayor pulled it and sort of busy.
Indeed. Well, this is the time of year when new life comes to
That's right, and the daffodils is up and the snowdrops is up and all.
I was out the other day and I saw a couple of lambs freezing to death.
Well, it's my time of the year too.
Your time?
I take a bath, you know, once a year. So.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a big day. What preparation do you make for this?
Huh?
How many layers of clothing do you have on, before you take this bath?
Oh, a whole lot.
Do you build up? I mean, now, can I ask you this now, and I hope you don't be offended. How often do you change your underpants? Now, I hope you're not offended.
No, but once a year. That's why I'm looking. That's why I'm going now. I'm going to have a bath.
Can you imagine that?
Can you have a bath today? Today, George.
Today.
Well, no, I need carbolic soap or Lifebuoy soap.
I think you probably need high sulfuric acid. Listen, your bathroom. So obviously you haven't been in the bath for a year.
No.
You need to be very careful. God knows what lurks up your tap.
Oh, well, I'll give her a hose down.
Maybe somebody should hose.
I'm looking carbolic soap or Lifebuoy soap.
Well, you need to be very careful between the toes. You know what may lurk in there? Toe jam.
Oh,
I have a bar here.
Have you?
I have a bar of Lifebuoy soap.
Have you?
Yeah, sitting on my desk.
Well, that's right. A man gave us some, and
Yeah.
we love the smell of it because it reminds us of when we were wee.
I'll give it to you, Jerry, and you can post it to Geordie.
Why don't you post it to Geordie?
I'll give it to you.
Cut out the middleman. What are you giving it to me for?
Because you have things to send, Geordie.
What?
Put it in a box. put it in the parcel that you sent to Geordie.
That means Geordie won't have a bath until it comes.
You can wait for another 2 days.
I reckon.
2 days.
A week,
Yeah,
yeah.
No,
yeah.
he may go critical.
No, there you are. I'll send it to
Are you
Geordie.
prepared to wait for a week for this?
If you send it,
Well, maybe Lifebuoy is readily available in some of the better supermarkets. Maybe
You
they can buy
can't
it.
get it nowhere.
Is that a fact?
Ah,
Oh, sure, I have it. I have a bar too. Okay. Well, I'm sending it to you, and I have to send you my book as well.
oh, yes. I'm looking forward to that, yeah.
It's a great read.
I'm looking forward to that book.
Now, what about your hair? Do you wash your hair? You know.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Well, that's something.
I put what I call on there.
I'm afraid to ask.
What?
I'm afraid to ask what you might put on it.
Brill cream.
No, when I'm washing, I put fairy liquid on.
That's good. I like the lemon stuff. Thank you for listening. Back tomorrow.